Good morning. How is everybody doing? I thought I would jump on and just do a little bit of letting go, moving energy. A theme of this month has been that movement doesn't need to be torturous and difficult and something that we put off, and we know we'll feel better when we do it, but we still don't do it. So we're just talking about simple things like qigong, Tai Chi, we yesterday walked the labyrinth. And, the different things that you can do that are really going to assist the body to feel better. Because ultimately, what we're doing is we're chasing the feeling, aren't we? We want to feel better. Maybe we want to look a bit better. But ultimately, what we're doing is we're wanting to feel better. Everything that we do, good, bad, and indifferent, is all about feeling differently. And, energy, in our kind of Western model, we don't really look at energy as such. You go to the doctor, all the tests are physical. Nobody's really talking, unless you go to a Chinese doctor, looking at the flow of the energy, the qi, my daughter's been getting acupuncture for long COVID, and how the flow of that energy gives the Chinese practitioners so much information. And also it's very much about changing the energy and allowing that energy to flow, which is basically electricity at its, I'm simplifying it obviously, but that's what we're talking about. We're talking about energy at that very basic level, allowing the electricity to flow. And the big problem is that most of us are not allowing that energy to flow. Why? Because of our judgments around how we're feeling. So when you let go, and as you know, be banging on and on about coherence, if you see the body as this magnificent energy structure. In fact, let me see if I can get this up without... Oh, no, it's not that one. No, it's definitely not that one. Let me see, there's another one that I did. This one. Yeah. So, there we go. Yeah, this is the energy. It's called the toroidal field. And when we are in coherence and when we are letting go, what we are doing is we're allowing this energy to flow. And you can see it comes up from the heart and it comes down from the heart. And we have this big field of energy, and then we have this other one inside. And when this energy can flow completely uninhibited, we feel peace and we heal without actually having to do anything. Now, this is Joe Dispenza science that I'm talking about here. I'll take that off now that I've let you see it. So, there's so much complicated information around healing. What should you do? Do you need to go on ice? What diet should you have? What traumas have you had? And, if you get a diagnosis that kind of scares you, it's overwhelming, right? Morning, Kenny. How you doing, darling? It's completely overwhelming. And this is what we're working on. In fact, Kenny Nielsen and myself and a few strategic others are going to have a meeting, a Heal Scotland strategy day, to look at how can we bring all these incredible businesses and, altruistic, community-led social enterprises together and help you to make choices should you become unwell on an emotional, mental, physical, or all three level. Because there's tons of stuff that you can do. But for me, this coherence, if we just focused on that one thing, is so much less complicated. And this is why Joe Dispenza often kind of poo-hoos, like gluten intolerance and all this stuff, and going into the past and digging out the past and going into past traumas. Now, in my experience of letting go, sometimes I believe you do have to go there, but that's my belief, because I've seen people getting stuck, and I've thought I could get right in there with them right now and get that removed from their energy field. What I will say is there's so many different ways to do things, and this is part of the Heal Scotland mission, is to help you differentiate. And also today at 65, the things that I need are very different from what I needed when I was 40. And it was very different from when I was 20, when I was breastfeeding a baby and running after 2 young toddlers. So throughout our lives, our needs, our body's needs will vary drastically and they will change. And this is why we need to go into intuition, into coherence, and listen into our body, because nobody knows your body as well as you, because you're bloody well living in there, aren't you? You're the one that's thinking the things, you're the one that's feeling the things, you're the one that's observing the memories, you're the one that's dealing with everything that's coming up and coming through you. And all of that is having an impact on your cells. But if we look at coherence and we look at quietening the mind, and if you're in the Glasgow area or Central Belt, come to the Polar Bear Club on Thursday night, because Kenny and I have created some really pretty powerful and magical. Individually, these protocols, the breathwork and the ice, are phenomenal. But when we've put the two together, well, it's just quite incredible what's happening. And I'm not going to bang on about it and try and convince you to come. If you're called, please come and do your own research. This is what we have to kind of understand, is that it's really up to us. We're flipping that 180. As Kenny often says, nobody's holding your head and keeping you in the ice. It's free will. And apparently the only reason that we came here to this planet at this time is because we knew we could choose. But the reality has been, obviously, that we've been programmed with fear. And that's the key thing here. The breathwork will take you right out of fear. The ice will take you right out of fear. With Kenny and some of the incredible guys at the club, you'll hear the voice and you'll realise you're not that voice, and you don't have to listen to that voice. And Kenny and I are going to be talking about that more. Why do we listen to a voice? And it's like the conscious mind versus the heart. So you've got the intuition coming up, and you really tuning into what's right for you. Who in their right mind would set up a charity called Heal Scotland? See the amount of people that say to me, "What? You try to heal a whole country?" And you can imagine people come in and tell you how it'll never work and it'll not happen in my lifetime and blah, blah, blah. All the stuff that people tell you when you've got the courage to voice your desires and your dreams. There's always somebody there that'll tell you all the reasons why you can't do it. And that's why people keep the information to themselves, because they know that's going to happen. And sometimes you're not strong enough to withstand all of that. And obviously my area of passion is people that have been diagnosed terminal. They go and they get told, "Oh, you're going to die." And I'm like, well, maybe not yet. So it's this like, yes, you are, no, you aren't. Yes, you are, no, you aren't. It's like, who are you believing? What are you believing? And it's, Hale Dwoskin, my Sedona method teacher, he always says, we never kind of open our mind like this. We open our mind like this. But what if? Just a tiny wee bit. Oh, well, maybe. What if? Because we're so scared to change our beliefs and all of that, that we a wee bit at a time, we maybe visit the possibility, but we're not willing because we're cynical and we don't want to make a fool of ourselves and we want approval and blah, 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 blah. All the stuff that we do that makes no sense, but that's what we do because that's how we've been brought up, really, culturally and in our family, etc. So when you tune in to you, and what Kenny and I will be doing on Thursday night, and we're actually about to launch a training for the Heal Scotland breathwork, and we're looking at doing a breathwork and ice coach training too, because we need this. I mean, this is so powerful. We need to get this out all over the country, and it needs to be demographically handy for you. So this is something that we're really passionate about. And, maybe it's not for you right now, but if you need to talk to us about it and what it can do for you, because what it does, it's not a talk therapy. It's like get in, breathe, sit in the ice, see how you feel after. Because the bliss that you can experience, and part of that comes from letting go of a lot of pain, and you might cry and you might freeze and you might do a lot of things. But once that's moved, because this is about moving the energy, the body, which is an electromagnetic field of trillions of cells that all hold an electrical pulse. That's what we are, light and information at our essence. And that light and information is not very light. And there's outdated information that's holding us back. And it was really interesting. I was talking to Stuart at the farm and discovering, how I know we've given away our power. I'm pretty sure you do as well, certainly with our health. Oh, can you fix me? Oh, can you tell me what's wrong? What? You don't even live there. You don't even know me. How on earth can you tell me what my body needs? No chance. There's no nutrition. There's no trauma training. There's no none of that. There's absolutely no way a total stranger can know better than you once you understand and once you're trained. But we've given away our power in every single way with what we've allowed the government to do, right down to our birth certificate. It's so interesting. It just never ends. And this movement is about really waking up, or even more interesting than that, remembering that who we are and the power that we have within. So I wanted to just jump on. I've kind of gone off topic as per usual, and just do a little bit of letting go to allow that energy to move. You can hear I've had hay fever, which is very annoying. The rain started, the midges are out, and the energy's bonkers. What are we going to do about it? Are we going to blame, shame, complain? Well, we'll do a wee bit of that, and then we remember that information goes through our cells. It can put us into fight or flight. It can start the drip process for problematic thinking. And we don't want to be thinking problems. We want to be thinking solutions. And I cannot emphasize enough the incredible power of tribing up with other like-minded souls right now. Because as so many people are in fear and telling you all the things that could go wrong, and I'm just having to move people at that right out my stratosphere right now, because I cannot be bothered with it anymore. If I decide I'm going to do something, I'm quite happy with somebody saying, well, what if this comes up? How will we deal with it? We're looking at the solution to the problem, and not all the problems, that heavy, heavy fear energy, which none of us can tolerate right now because it could tip you over the edge, right? So get around people that make you laugh and get lighthearted about this, because I think the roller coaster ride is just beginning. And if you want to enjoy the ride, then you better start lightening up. So when we have the rain, I'm going down to Tarbert to help my friends over the weekend, and I'm looking out and I'm just like, can I be as light as I felt yesterday morning, sitting at Barmolloch Farm, listening to the birds, thinking about what I'm going to create, what herbs and spices I'm going to use, what I'm going to get from the polytunnel, what I'm going to get from the forest. And now I'm like that, looking out there going, rain, midges. Midges are horrendous. So what? You're going to allow that to destroy your internal environment? Are you going to allow that judgment of the environment to affect your health, to affect your immune system, to affect your toroidal flow, the flow of the energy that sweeps round the body? And guess what? It cleans it and reminds it to go back into coherence, because we have literally, when you're in coherence, come to the goddess gatherings. I'm going to spend 2 whole days going into this. When you're in coherence, that the body knows the intelligence, the innate intelligence, the blueprint is all there. The body will do it itself without you, without me. What happens is we torment the cells. But what about this? What about that? What did she say? What did that mean? What did they do? Gossip. Oh my God, that's another thing that's driving me crazy right now. I do not want to hear people bringing each other down. We have a spiritual war going on. And we, the three-dimensional humans, need to pull together. Pull our knickers up, our drawers up, our boxers up, whatever, and rise above the tittle-tattle of, they did this, they did. Who cares what they did? We keep an eye on the prize, which is high vibration. And as soon as you drop down into judgment and criticism and blame, shame and complain, guess who sells? Get that chemistry. Guess what alchemy you create? Now, this is a habitual thing. Very, very difficult. And because we're a slagging culture, and don't get me wrong, I love a good slagging match. I've got 4 brothers. I was brought up with that. That is in my DNA. But it can be said in a way and done in a way that makes you laugh, but without stealing the energy. You know, the Celestine prophecy. Are you stealing other people's energy in order to make you higher? As Vida says in Family Constellations, are you the wee one and are they the big one? And it's about us all coming to the same size, regardless of your postcode, your handbag, your job, your whatever it is you've been judging people on. And there's still a lot of absolute snobbery around. So what I want to do to start with is just get into your body right now and feel what's there. Are you in coherence or are you out of coherence? And how do you feel in this moment? So my eyes are a wee bit funny. I've got the homeopathic remedies I got from my friend Jill, so I'm going to be taking these today. Yes, my chest, my heart. My friend just sent me a video of her nephew talking at her brother's funeral. Just blew my heart open in so many ways. I'm still feeling that lingering love, sadness. There's such a, it's such a fine line, isn't it? Just that unconditional love feeling and then that loss. And it's like, oh God, what is this? Yeah, what else is going on in my body? So just scan down. And remember, you're just this potential blank slate that's full of the past and what you've inherited. So just allow all of that to be there. It's there anyway. So can you, in this moment, fully allow all the sights, sounds, and sensations that are there in this energy mass, this container for your soul? Can you welcome it completely and just let it go? Come on. Come on, it takes courage to let go. I invite you to grow a set. Welcome the congestion, the feelings, all of this. Welcome it all and just let it go. I'm going to do that one more time. Whatever is there in that energy system you call the body, in this moment, can you welcome, embrace all the sights, sounds, and sensations, and then just let it go. So we're moving the energy. We're going into this state, neutral state, into tune, into alignment. There's no drama, there's no contraction. Allow yourselves just to hang out in the gravitational field and just allow the body to release the past. Release the energy. Allow yourself to move in me. Now, energy doesn't move with the breath, but I still like to breathe with it as well. So just breathing in and letting it go. A real extended out breath. If you just purse your lips slightly, it can be easier to hold that extended out breath. Okay, now just welcome all wishing it was different, wishing it wasn't raining, wishing there wasn't midges, wishing I didn't have hay fever, wishing anything and everything, and wishing people were different. Welcome all of that and just let it go. Set it free. Just for a second, come on. Feel the freedom of not giving a fuck. And welcome all trying to figure it out. Why do I feel like this? Why did they do this? Why did that? Why, what, where, when? So welcome all trying to figure it out. And just, for now, let it go. Set it free. Come on, unhook your wee talons from the past and let it go. And a biggie for all of us, welcome any feeling that this is personal. Welcome all and any feeling that it's personal, that it's happening to poor wee you. Welcome all of that and just let it go. Set it free. And just pay attention to what's going on inside your skin. Can you feel things changing? You feel the energy moving. Feel the body going, thank God for that. And welcome all feeling of waiting for things to change so that you can be happy. Welcome all feeling of waiting and just let it go. Set it free. Set yourselves free. Feel your heart. So welcome all wanting control, security, approval from yourself or the apparent others, separation and oneness. Welcome all of that and then just let it go. Okay, now scan the body again and feel into your heart center. Because this is the epicenter, the alchemical epicenter of your energy field. Now, whether you know it or like it or not, that energy is making an attempt to flow. And when we hold our attention in that center, we can allow the flow. And it's actually got a sound, right? It's a key. It's a colour. We're an instrument of consciousness, again, using Joe's terminology. So are we in tune? Maybe that language is, are you in tune? Are you flat? Are you sharp? Are you just in tune? So feel in that heart center and feel something that you're truly grateful for. Because what we're doing here is, instead of going midges, hay fever, rain, we're going grandson, granddaughter, grandson, grandson. Yeah, the new creation, the new earth, the exciting journey that is. All of that, allowing it to just, the excitement and the love of what we're going to co-create. So in that, you're just allowing that energetic flow. And as soon as you go into fear, that takes you out of coherence. The cells go, quite literally what happens is it's like the dimmer switch in a light. The electricity starts to dim, contraction starts to happen, the alchemy starts to change, the chemistry. You are using the power of alchemy to create chaos in the body. And who knew? So see that energy flow, feel the gratitude, feel the love for somebody that you love unconditionally. Place, a pet, a child, potential, and just allow that heart coherence. And like I was saying, where myself and Jennifer made Susie from Burning Brightly yoga with Pauline, we're going to be spending 2 days in Dalkeith Country Park, getting you in there. So please join us. Kenny and I will be at the Polar Bear Club on Thursday night. We've got festivals galore: Aberfeldy, Nairn, Strontian, Tarbert, Skye, Stonehaven. We're trying to flood Scotland with this information that's so, so important. And Kenny's going to be at all the festivals. The Polar Bear Club are going to be there. You're going to get to experience this. So please, please help me by spreading the word, by sharing the event, sharing this video if it's helped you. I cannot do this alone. I need you. We need the people moving the movement. And even if you can't come to the events, you can share, you can like, you can comment, all that stuff that social media loves. If you truly feel called, the solutions to our issues, the new earth is not coming from the politicians and big pharma. It's just not there. The old archaic systems are crumbling, and it's time for us to co-create new ones. How's that going to look? Obviously, our membership is going to be a key way for us to stream enough income to open a place. We'll start small. I was wanting to start big, but I don't mind. The universe is in charge of this. And we can have a place where people can come. If you've been told you're incurable or terminal, that is language that is completely out of date. And it's a complete lack of information. It's a lie often. I'm not saying everybody will live, but we can do it. What we've only got today, every one of us, regardless. And we have to stay in today, and what can make today nicer for you. I'm away to hang out with my friends and wait patiently on a new baby coming into our world and our family. And yeah, that's me changing my focus. See how easy it is. Anyway, sending huge love to you all. Have a great weekend, and I'll chat to you soon. Ciao. Share, like, spread the love.